What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by two things. My music, it's streaming available anywhere under the name After Sound. Check it out and let me know what you think, as well as a new podcast that I've just launched on my music YouTube channel called Chasing Infinity. It is myself and ChatGPT as my co-host, and we dive into a bunch of different topics. In fact, one of the recent videos actually is about Splinterlands and Web3 gaming in a more broader context. We dive into some deep stuff. I even get ChatGPT's favorite card, or ask ChatGPT's favorite card. I think you'll get a kick out of it. It's fun. It's short videos like this. I would appreciate you guys going and checking it out, letting me know what you think. And once again, I appreciate all the support on that. So let's go ahead and dive into today's topic, and that is conflicts. I think that there is something more to be done with conflicts. And I'm not talking about like, okay, once Rebellion is done, they can do more X, Y, and Z. I actually want to think about this very long term and in a way change the nature in which mini sets are done. Now, what I mean by that is right now we've had mini sets, right, for the past however many core sets that have launched, and at this point in time, we probably are going to reject the mini set coming from the team in favor of these promo cards, which we already voted for. But either way, there's a bunch of like cards that are coming into the mix. So here's my thought on this, and I'm very curious to get your guys' opinion on it, because I think it could change the buying habits for a lot of folks, including myself, right, as I think through this. So the way that I'm thinking about it is, if you were to do a core set and have like an associated mini set, what you could have is the conflicts essentially replace the mini set. Meaning that instead of just giving away like 9 banger cards the way that they're doing right now, what if each conflict actually had, I don't know, like 3 or 4 cards that came with it, one from each rarity, and those all constituted what the mini set ended up being. So as you're going along here, right, as you're going along, you are earning, right, the remainder of the cards that would be part of the broader set, right? So imagine, like, the best way I can give it is like, imagine if like you had bought Chaos Legion and throughout the entire time you were not just earning like the one legendary card, but you were getting all the cards that were coming in from Rift Watchers as well. So it would be like a combination. Now, what would that change, right? In my opinion, it would get people to buy in early and buy into the amount that they feel they would be getting a decent amount of these upcoming cards, right? The value proposition would be so much higher and people would go heavier. Like it's hard to do this in hindsight, but I think about Rebellion, and let's say Rebellion had done this differently. Or let's say Rebellion had implemented this, I think you would have had a situation where we would have sold way more Rebellion cards, right? Way more Rebellion packs, because people would have looked at that and said, oh, well, this is going to go on. I'm going to be getting like 40 cards in the entire thing. It's going to be an entire mini set. So buying the cards now, which is something that I'm planning on doing later or at some point, let me just buy the cards now. Let me just buy the packs now, right? Stake them and get all these cards, and I can build my deck slowly, but I'm holding on to them. I'm putting them on wagons, right? And it becomes part of the game, right? It becomes part of the story. I'm sure they can work something in with the lore where these reinforcements are coming in every month, not just one, but several of them are coming in, and you're slowly getting the mini set revealed. And my thought with this is that it should actually go maybe until the next core set is out, right? So people are incentivized to have your cards staked on the wagons until maybe a month or two, or maybe a couple months before the next core set comes out, or like whenever the core set is announced, right? And here's the thing. I mean, I'm sure the team is already planning what the next core set would be, so they would know 3+ more months in advance, and then can align, all right, this is the last card that we're going to have come out as part of like the mini set in these conflicts. So where's the drawback here, right? Where's the drawback here? The first and foremost is that it adds a little bit of work on the team, and it removes a potential revenue for them, because if they were going to do like a mini set, for example, right, it's not going to be in this case, right, they were doing like promo cards where they're trying to earn from that, or they're doing a mini set where they would, have sold the cards from the mini set. But in my thought, like, I think we can compensate for this appropriately. I think we can have it be done in such a way where the DAO is going to cover a decent amount of this, right? And in like, again, it has to be a collaborative partnership with the DAO and the with the DAO and the company, right? So we had a revenue share now. I think I would be in favor of the DAO actually giving up a little bit more in this case in order to have it be done this way. And again, I'm not smart enough to think through all the other areas. I'm sure there are other opportunities where the DAO can benefit from this, right? Maybe the DAO gets a bigger chunk of what's going in to recoup some of its costs. And then after it recoups some of its costs, the rest of it goes to the team. I don't know how you want to do that. But all I'm saying is that this would incentivize people to go heavy and early, right, on these cards, and they would have them staked for the entirety of the set. I mean, right now it's not bad, right? We're gonna have 10 months of these conflicts, so it's, you know, we're going through, but it doesn't even go until Rebellion is out of print. And assuming we're gonna get the next the next core set potentially, let's just say April of next year if they go with Q2 of next year, right? That's like 6 months. It ends 6 months beforehand. So in my ideal world, we would have had a bunch of cards coming in, and take out the promo cards for this example, right? With Rebellion. Let's just assume that, you know, they had put this out, and every month you were getting like 3 or 4 different cards airdrop to you as part of the conflicts for participating. And then by doing that, this would go all the way through until maybe January of next year, right? And in January, the last one is dropped on the day that they announce like the next set and all the stuff that they're doing for it. So again, in a way, like to me, it adds a lot of value, it adds a lot of utility, keeps a bunch of cards off of the marketplace, and for folks that think about getting in, right, but are waiting until the end. Like, look at myself, right? I'm the biggest example of this. I own barely any Rebellion cards, and I'm waiting for the bottom to fall out, right? Once the conflicts are done, I'm going to go in and, you know, pick up the cards that I need. Well, this could have changed dramatically because I could have just bought packs from the store at any point, right? For 4,000 DEC at any point over the course of this year, and even especially when DEC was well below peg, I could have been buying cards at that point and maybe been incentivized because I'm like, you know what? There's like 8 more months of conflicts. I'm gonna get like, you know, I don't know, 24 to 28 cards airdrop to me. Like, let me just participate. Let me soak up these cards and let me be part of whatever this is going to be. So again, it's a very raw idea. I understand that, and I'm not saying that this is final or perfect in any way. I'm just putting it out there because I think that it could have some legs. I think that if you guys take it, run with it, massage it a little bit, find ways to add value to both the DAO and the team, and make it so that everybody's a winner in this situation. For people that go hard and heavy and early, that to me is a way that we can move forward, where people are then engaged the entire time, right? You make a purchase, you go in heavy from the beginning, or you're just dollar cost averaging in as early as possible because you know it's going to be beneficial to be in there longer, right? Instead of it just being one card that's going to be whatever, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. It's still good to have, like, you know, your powerful, like, legendary summoners and all that. But my point is that if you add more cards, the value proposition goes up. Yes, it's more work on the team and they have to do X, Y, and Z, but we find a way to compensate the team appropriately. We find a way to make sure that the DAO is getting what it needs from this, right? And if that means locking up more DEC, I don't want to raise the price of packs. So let me just be very clear about it. It's not about raising the price of packs, but I think that there is an opportunity to have it be beneficial to all parties involved. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your ideas. Very curious to hear the reaction and feedback to this, but that is all I have. I'll catch you all in the next video and see you around the game. Take care.